All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. That shit took it to 10. Hey.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some approval by the head coach. They give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Ready? Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now it's Trubisky staying on his feet. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, 4 down.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now it's Breida. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
6'6", pull it high. Do. Motion.
Throwing on second and long. Trubisky. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, switch the mic right here. We'll go Mike 40.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
And the Detroit Lions.
We go set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Protein spill.
Hey, alert 3. Slam.
Deep rip.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. But he's going to take a shot right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to get under it, but it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Gone.
99. Check 99.
Hey, go.
2nd and 10. pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball. Rock it. Rush in. Let it go. Hit it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 43.
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Pilot, 64, weak. 56. It's a party now. Right.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got an open man, it's Ratley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had. Back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Watch this.
Go. Look at me. Door.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Galladay's got it, and the Lions have a touchdown. Kenny Galladay, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
This is Breida. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter. Alert, 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 alert.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Hold the look, hold the look.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Breida. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Trubisky. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Matt Breida with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Point after, right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it, each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Check out, bro.
18.
Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. Yo.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now Trubisky to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jarrett Davis came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They run with Breida. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. These two teams all tied after one. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. That's Aguilar with it on the jet sweep. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Leo!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out.
It got his man complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Philip Dorsett. 81 yards, and the Bears have taken the lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Johnson. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Mike's 56.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Take it at the 37. 12 yards on the return that time. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Yannick Ngakoue able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Mike 51. Mike 51. Let's go, defense.
After the sack on 1st down, Trubisky complete to Dorsett. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Chicago. Philip Dorsett with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. A try here for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. On 4th down, on is Colby Wadman now to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here, you know?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. The Lions now going to use the second of their first half of play. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Shit. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Man, I got you. Man.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Dorsett's got it. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken at about the 14. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So they have the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. On the handoff, this is Breida. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15.
And it's 3rd down.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
One. Tight. 2. Hey, Mike, 51.
Throwing here, Trubisky. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Mackenzie Alexander in on the tackle.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Switches. 6-6. Pull it high. Let go.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now throwing on first down and completing it. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll get this one to Galladay. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch, maybe you move some motion.
And it's a fumble. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 25-yard line. This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. He'll look to throw. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 11.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check 56.
He'll drop to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They run again with Breida. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Out out of the gun. Trubisky. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
First down, Bears.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's Trubisky. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And now running right through it. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 47. They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 47-yard line.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. This time, Trubisky will throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
And now offensively it's third and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. The Bears on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is third and 10. Trubisky will throw. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. From the 22, here's second and 8.
70, Indy. You go 2.
They go to Johnson again. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched him. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. The Lions now are going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Hey, alert.
Trubisky. Dorsett making the catch. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Philip Dorsett, his third touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. 2nd and 11. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They're going to look to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. They'll look to throw.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Hey, Charlie.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. After the interception, here's Trubisky. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Here's Trubisky to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. that's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Chicago, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Detroit, it's a disappointing way to lose your first game as they drop to 10-1 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves.